Hello everybody, I am Phantom here. I'm going to make a video series on how to make your own website, and I use this method to make my website, and it actually works out very well. In the first two videos I plan to touch on very basic HTML, and then videos 3 to probably 5 or 6 I'm going to be talking about how to get your website online and how to manage it when it's online. So if you already have a website made and you're wanting this just for how to host it and get a free web domain, please skip to video 3, and if you want to stick around and learn a little bit of some HTML, then watch this video and part 2. Thanks guys. Hey guys, I am Phantom here. Sorry I haven't made a video in a while. I've been busy with school and just a lot of other projects, so I'm going to start trying to make a video a week. I don't know if I can keep that promise, but I'm going to try. Alright, so today I'm going to be doing a video on how to make a website for free and put it up online. So first, to start off, you need to make a new document that you can use for HTML. I like to use a program called Notepad++. You can download it. I'll put a download link in the description, and it's very helpful, but you can also do all of this in Notepad. It's very, very simple. Another thing that you can that I suggest you use is a thing called W3 Schools. W3 Schools is a HTML and JavaScript, a ton of different programming languages. There are basically tutorials for them all on this website. I'll put a link in the description as well. And I suggest you use that to learn a lot about HTML, because I'm just going to go over some very bare-bone basics on how to make a web page. And another thing too is a lot about making a web page is just learning the parts that you want. You don't have to learn full HTML. I don't know full HTML. I just know the parts that I use a lot because I end up using them a lot. And a lot of times too is you'll have something that you copy and paste into it, like in a website that I made earlier. I have this thing right here. It's a Google search bar. I had no clue how to make a Google search bar, so what I did was I Googled it, looked it up, and boom, it's right here. So to start off, the first thing I'm going to show you guys is once you've made your new document, you can open up Notepad, Notepad++, and make sure you save it as a .html. So right now my thing is called video tutorial page.html. Alright, so first thing I'm going to teach you guys is how to comment out things. I use this for labeling, but you can use this for whatever you want. When you comment something out, anything in between, anything after the open bracket, exclamation point, dash dash, is going to not show up in the coding or the text on your page. It's just basically a label that won't show up anywhere unless you go into the source and read it. So I just did it right here to show you guys. It's open bracket, open bracket, exclamation point, dash dash, and then the rest of the comment. I like to add this at the end because it helps me know that the comment's over. So for the next thing we're going to do is, this is our page right now. It's just a white blank page, and because automatically it's going to set the background to white and you have nothing on it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to change our background color to black. So in order to do this, we have to start off by saying body. Now what this is it's telling that the body of the HTML, which is our main part of the HTML, is going to have a background color of, I'm going to use black. So we say BG for background, color for color, and then we're going to do equals exclamation or quotation mark, and then I'm just going to say black, and a quotation mark, and bracket. Done. So now what this will do is, if I save the page and refresh it in here, our background now is black. So very simple. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to add a font and change the font color. Because right now, if I type something, and save it and refresh, you're not going to be able to see it because it's black. You have to highlight to see it because it's black on black, which is not useful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you guys how to add a different font color, or just a different font in general. So first thing I'm going to do is I type in font face equals, and then, well, open bracket font. Sorry, I just forget about open brackets, do it automatically. So open bracket to start, then you type in font, and then so basically all the rest of it is going to be the properties of the font. So you do face, and then this is the type of font you want. So I'm going to say system because that's what I like to look at. System space, and then you do size equals quotation marks. I'm just going to do 4. And then color equals, and then if you want to look up a color, just Google CSS color codes and you can easily find out which color. Basically the first 2 numbers or digits is going to tell how much red there's going to be, the middle tell how much green, and the last 2 tell how much blue. These 2. So basically if I wanted a green text, I would do 00 for no red and FF for full green, and then 00 for no blue, no blue. So I'm going to do, and make sure you add the number sign so it knows that it's going to use a CSS number. So I'm going to do number sign 00 FF 00, end quotation marks, and then end bracket. So that tells us that the font is going to be system, the font face is system, the font size is 4, and the font color is that bright green because it's going to have full green, full green. And next thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy and paste it because I don't want to type it out to save time. It's up here. It's this thing called onload page scroll 1, 1. Now what this does, let me move it over, is it tells when it onload of the body of your HTML, it's going to scroll the entire page to the first pixel, 1, 1. And if I did 1, 2, it would scroll to the second pixel on the page. So basically what this does is sometimes when you have a long page that you can scroll up and down like this, like I can scroll up and down here, it'll load randomly in the middle like this, and you'll have to scroll up to the top. I don't know why it does that, just sometimes it happens. So just in case, I always put body onload page scroll 1, 1 in parentheses, and then end here parenthesis. And what this does is it makes it so it loads at the very top, so you don't have this random loading in the middle of the screen. Alright, so now after you give it all these properties, I'm going to save because you have to get into the habit of saving when you're in HTML, because if you lose it, you're going to lose a lot of typing. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys really quick how to add some text into your page. So pretty much what you can do now is you can just say this is some test text. It is not centered. Done. So if we save this and go back to our page and refresh it, it's going to say this is some text, it is not centered, because that's what we just typed here. Now, what the problem is with this is it's over to the left, and you can't really change that unless you add in a bunch of spaces, which is a it's over here. I always forget it. At NBSP. Because look, if I add in a bunch of spaces here regularly, like this, and then I save and refresh, it's not going to change anything. Because HTML does not recognize spaces like this. Like I put that blank line just for to make it look good. So let's delete those spaces, and you'd have to add in a bunch of at NBSTs, I think it is. I can't ever remember. At NBSP, sorry. And then that would be used to put it into a certain place. But that can be very annoying, and it makes your HTML look very messy. So if you want to center something, you're going to have to use the center commands. So when you're using a center command, I'll just say right now, before I show you that, I'm going to show you what a break is, because That's what I'm going to add in next. A break basically means that if I type something here like this, more text, and it's on the next line, and I save it, and I refresh, it's going to say more text right after this. So we want to move that down a line. We need to add a break in the line. So break is abbreviated BR, and if I add in a break and then type in more text, as you can see here, it's on the next line. So that can be helpful when you need to add in, like need to change it, because you don't want all your text on one line. It's not going to look good.